So former two-time champion, Rocky Lockridge, two-time champion at 130 pounds, super featherweight. Rocky Lockridge has passed away. His family confirmed that he's passed away due to complications from a stroke. His son Ricky told TMZ, quote, "It is with great pain but a whole heart that I tell you family and friends that my father, Ricky Lockridge, aka Rocky Lockridge, has passed away. All he wanted was to be in the comfort of his home with friends and family. God has called him to walk through the gates of heaven." End quote. Very sad, man. Rocky Lockridge passes away, man, at the age of 60 due to complications from a stroke. A lot of people might be familiar with Rocky Lockridge from being on that show on A&D, I believe, called Intervention. Where people bring in family members trying to get seek intervention because certain family members have succumbed to drugs and they can't get off of drugs and they need an intervention. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get them off of drugs. Well, that's not where I knew Rocky Lockridge from. I know him as a great fighter. You know what I mean? A guy who I consider a guy who should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, damn, if Arturo Gotti's in the Hall of Fame, why isn't Rocky Lockridge in the Hall of Fame? Like I said, a two-time world champion. You know, he blew away and knocked out the man Roger Mayweather in the first round. You know what I mean? He knocked him out to get that WBA super featherweight title, 130 pounds, and the lineal title. You know what I mean? You check it, and he also beat the man Tony the Tiger Lopez in a great fight. You know what I'm saying, to get the IBF super featherweight crown. You know what I mean? And that was in 1987. He was promoted by Lou Duva. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you listen to what's that white dude's name? That dude from what's that dude, man? He be having a show, Italian dude. He has a boxing show, Talking Boxing. What's his name? See, he be having a show with his host Sal Senecola, Billy Z, Billy Z, whatever his name is. You know what I mean? Rocky Senecola, his host, is a guy who knows Rocky Lockridge well. They used to be in the same stable under Lou Duva, and when I do listen to Billy G, whatever his name is, when I listen to his show, I like to hear Sal Sanacola's talking about, the great days, hanging out with guys like Rocky Lockridge, you know what I'm saying? And, just talking about all the great moments he had with them, Rocky Lockridge was a fighter who, in my opinion, should be in the Hall of Fame. I thought Rocky Lockridge, has a couple decisions that they didn't give to him versus Hall of Famers. I thought he beat Eusebio Pedrosa. You know what I mean? When he challenged Eusebio Pedrosa for Pedrosa's WBA featherweight title. You know what I mean? He did get knocked out by Juan Laporte. You know what I mean? Juan Laporte is a thorough fighter, man. The guy who fought everybody. You check it. You know what I'm saying? But Eusebio Pedrosa, I thought, beat him in the second fight convincingly. Like I said, Rocky Lockridge knocked out Roger Mayweather in one round. You know what I'm saying? But he lost his WBA super featherweight title to Wilfredo Gomez in a controversial decision. That fight could have gone either way. I'm even surprised. I thought I had done a video on that. I thought I did one of those videos in my controversial decisions, Rocky Lockridge versus Wilfredo Gomez. I even thought, Rocky Lockridge beat Julio Cesar Chavez. Now that's 3 W's right there against Hall of Famers that I thought he beat. From Eusebio Pedrosa, Wilfredo Gomez, and Julio Cesar Chavez. I believe that fight with Cesar Chavez was in France. Again, versus Wilfredo Gomez and Cesar Chavez, he lost via majority decision. You check it. He did lose to what's his name, to Tony the Tiger Lopez, though. He lost twice one was a fight of the year. You know what I'm saying? It was a great fight, close fight too. You know what I mean? Arguably one of could have gone either way, the first one, but he ain't get the W. You know what I'm saying? But overall, Rocky Lockridge was a great fighter. Man, that stupid power. Like I said, a lot of people might know him from being a pipehead, from that show Intervention and crying. They made a meme out of him. You know what I'm saying? The people do these internet memes. They made a meme out of him. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think there's some quotes from Kathy Duva. Kathy Duva, CEO of Main Events. She says, "quote Rocky was always a low key person with an easygoing personality. He was quiet, articulate, and a wonderful guy." Um, End quote. So, I just want to send a rest in peace to Rocky Lockridge. You know what I mean? He's a fighter. I always love going back to look at his fights, especially that fight with um what you call it? With Tony the Tiger Lopez, you know what I mean? That fight right there, man. I remember that one punch he put on Rocky on Tony the Tiger Lopez. Basically short circuited the man. You should see how his legs and basically his body almost it was kind of like how Tommy Hearns knocked out Pepino Cuevas, you know what I mean? Like the legs are gone, like he just basically separated him from his senses, you know what I mean? But like I said, man, he's known for that. And a lot of people might know him from the meme. I'm not gonna put up the meme to show you who he is or put up that intervention commercial. When he was on the intervention show, and I'm not even gonna put up videos about like when he's dressed like a pimp and he knocks out some dude who's testing his gangster at a motel. You know what I'm saying? And people around him telling him, "Don't do it, champ. Don't do it, champ," because some guy's really testing him and really disrespecting him. He walks up to the guy walks up to Rocky Lockridge like he wants some smoke. Rocky Lockridge just throws a jab and a straight right hand right behind it and puts this guy to sleep. And this is an older Rocky Lockridge, probably who's still under the influence of drugs at the time. You know what I mean? Rocky Lockridge was a great fighter. And I think he should be in the Hall of Fame, no question about it. You know what I mean? He'd been in the hospital for weeks, several weeks, according to TMZ. I didn't even know he fought Shambe Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? At his very last fight of his career, he fought Shambe Mitchell. That was in '92. That was when Shambe Mitchell was on the rise. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Tacoma Park, and it's a damn shame. But Rocky Lockridge passes away at 60. I will be making some videos about him sooner than later. You know what I mean? I'm surprised I don't even have no controversial decisions in my playlist with Rocky Lockridge. I thought I did. I could make numerous ones. And those fights, in my opinion, should have catapulted that man into the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? A win over Eusebio Pedrosa, Cesar Chavez, and Wilfredo Gomez, fights that were controversial decisions that he lost. Imagine if he won those. He'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer. B Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. Send my condolences to the man, Rocky Rockledge, and his family. What's up, Mr. Doc? Yeah, man. Mr. Doc says, RIP champ, too young. Yeah, dies at the age of 60. But, really and truly, no shots, no digs at Rocky Lockridge. When you indulge in a lifestyle of hard narcotics, man, people usually don't live that long, you know what I'm saying? It's just a fact, I mean, even if you get off the drugs at some point in time, it's very difficult to even past the age of 55 being a hardcore drug abuser, you know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. We just gonna celebrate the man, Rocky Lockridge, and his great feats. And I'm probably gonna watch a couple of his fights, and don't be surprised if I do a controversial decision sooner than later. B Marsh Boxing, thanks Mr. Doc for coming through. Leave your thoughts and comments, and I'm out of here. Peace.